Hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and hope you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushcon Blitz, and this is a Mines map overview. Why? Because bloody hell, this is a punish of a map. I'm not a big fan of this map. I was when it first came out, but I've very, very much cooled on it because I just feel like it's really incredibly small. And I get a lot of people who want to do map reviews or want to see more map reviews, or not so much map reviews, but hints and tips and those kind of things. And there's not a whole lot of secrets on this map, but I've gone to a little bit of time and trouble to actually show off what is going on around here. Now, I just want to, up front, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on both sides of the spawn because honestly, everyone knows about mines that if you want to camp spawn, there will be shots on offer when people push up on the hill or the sides or the flanks or whatever. The map's about 500 meters across, so it's just going to be the case. And again, this whole area on the right is also very much a self-evident area. I mean, you've got the town area here can be hit from above. There's houses, you hide behind them. The cap circles over here, you'll very, very rarely win on a cap. The only area of note I find on this whole side is this raised elevator bit here, which you can use sometimes to sneak shots in. Both sides have these massive sniper areas with soft cover and hard cover combined. And that's all well and good, but it's not really that interesting because everyone knows this. If you're in a TD, you spawn into mines, you can quite comfortably push up to these areas here and get shots for days or until everyone on your team is dead and they all come at you at the end. There is the little spot in the corner here that is sometimes quite underutilized. It can get you shots up towards the cap area there, as there are both sides of the map have spots where you can pre-aim on the goal mouth of the hill area there. So as tanks rush across it, you can get one free shot in. These areas on the sides are interesting in that while they do offer tremendously good avenues of fire into the sides of tanks who are coming up towards that hill contest area, it's also wide open to both spawns. And if you've got big TDs in those spawns and you get spotted out here, it can be very, very tough to actually not eat your own lunch. You can do it. It's not advised. I don't think it's a fantastic area, to be honest. It was very nice when it first started up and the meta wasn't really set up now, but you get TDs sniping out of this area in the top particularly, and you are going to be in real strife. More to the point, what about where the real stuff happens? Up in the middle of the map. Well, we're going to get to that because that really is where there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. There's a couple of spots there you should be using on both sides. And I also want to point out that my advised meta on this map for any heavy or anything like that is not to try and go through the center of the hill and actually climb up into the elevated section at the top. It's just not worth the money. You're going to get hit from everywhere. There's going to be TDs camping, all kinds of stuff. So that's a quick overview on the boundaries of the map. Well, what about the centerpiece? What about where it all really happens? Well, that's pretty important, actually. You can see here a lot of the patrons gave me a hand. We've got Snowy Feather from Sparta on the NA server. I'm actually in an NA training room. You can tell because of the nearly 300 ping. That's Snowy's favourite spot right there. You saw her going out towards the rock on the right. And it offers really good views right down the gun barrel towards the top. I prefer this little section here. Now, something to note, both of these areas can be really heavily influenced from people who go YOLO snipe from the lighthouse and open themselves up. And if your TDs or whoever's in spawn doesn't help you out, you can get in big strife. But if you're pushing up to the hill and you have a tank over here, you can see there's lots of hard cover. You can even reset your camo within clear view of the enemy and actually get the job done. Now, that's really well and good from this side. What about from the other side? We can see where JC in the E100, there is a corresponding area over there that the KV5 of Ian, my good mate from Ahoy, usually plays on the EU server, is. You see Kermit, son of Dennis, is going up there in the E75. This is where you want to be resetting camo, and it works really well with anyone that's got decent turret armor and a hull down tank. Where JC pushes up, and he's going to cop the same kind of treatment from the KV5 over the other area there. You can see behind the rock on that side. They're two ideal positions for this hill area. What about on top of the hill itself? Well, if you are coming from the northern spawn, where positive waves there in the IS-6, the red IS-6, Tanks will push up and around and try and get shots across. And you can see straight away, Positive Waves is side scraping off that white house there, the stucco facade on that construction. And it makes it a nightmare for anyone that wants to run up here and actually get free shots into the guys who are pushing the hill there. That's one of my favorite spots on the entire map, in fact. It's brilliant. It's really, really good. And it's especially effective against tanks that get up there early. From this side, just next to the house, there's also this lovely rock here where you can go hull down. You have soft cover if you're low enough to the ground and you want to camo up. And you've also got hard cover to retreat behind. Both these spots are very susceptible to pushes through the cap circle. On the far flank, on the western edge, you'll get tanks out here sometimes that will think they've got it made. They'll see people coming through the goal mouth. They will take shots, as I'm about to do at Kermit, son of Dennis. And that will light you up to guys who are on the left there, camping and looking for flank shots. And then you will get hit by everyone from all sides because you will be visible and spotted from both sides. I find by far the best way to be effective on this side of the flank is to push up to this area here, which is all hard cover and really, really handy. It gets you the ability to both go hard cover and soft cover camo, so you can sneak out here and get shots without being spotted. Well, unless they're right there, like ET is in the AMX CDC. It also allows you to turn around if the Reds push straight down that stretch of hill or anyone comes along that edge, and get shots right up through the goal mouth, reset camo, all those kind of things. It is very, very handy too if you've got people camping in the spawn and they get pushed on. You can pull back out here and really help matters. I wouldn't suggest that this map is terribly significant in terms of sneakiness, and it really is just such an enormously tight-knit map and so close that it's probably going to be one of the shortest map reviews you'll ever see. There are standard areas all throughout where you'd use hard cover like this, but I've just gone to the ones that I find to be the most important and the most intrinsically linked to victory. Beware over here that when you are here, anyone that is able to push up to the right-hand side of the cap there, you can see Stinky Fruit roll-ups in the FV215B will be able to get shots right past. But as you can see, with Positive pushes up here, you will get shots into the side of tanks as they do the business. That's a quick overview of mines. That's my favourite spots on it. If you've got any that you'd like to add, please put them in the comments section there. I'm always happy to adjust and add on. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these map reviews because basically there's just not enough out there, and not so much map reviews, but map guides, hints and tips for those especially who are just kicking off. Because look, everyone knows that knowledge in this game is so important. Knowing where people are likely to go, where they're likely to be, where shots are likely to come from is half the battle. On Bushka on Blitz, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Bushka on Boats. There's a link on the right hand side of the YouTube page there, and make sure you just generally hang around and act like a cool human being. Until next time, bye for now.